For those of you that don't know me, I'm Ted Dede, President and CEO of Overture Center for the Arts. And joining me this morning are Jennifer Uphoff-Gray, Artistic Director of Ford Theater Company, Dane County Executive Joe Parisi, and Colin Murray, newly appointed Executive Director of Dane by Local. Almost 9 years ago, Overture Center for the Arts opened as a much-needed new home for local businesses that happen to produce and promote the arts for the development of children and adults and enjoyment of children and adults throughout Madison, Dane County, and beyond. The gifts made by Jerry Frauchi and Pleasant Rowlands made it possible for these organizations to have a home that allowed it to be possible for them to grow and to further what is now today a very vibrant local cultural community here in Madison. Today there are 10 resident organizations that call Overture Center their home. And together they produce and present a wide variety of events each year that feature a vast majority of local performers. Those groups include the Madison Symphony, the Wisconsin Chamber Orchestra, Bach Dancing and Dynamite Society, Madison Ballet, Madison Opera, Canopy Dance, Liu Xiaoping Dance, Forward Theater Company, Children's Theater of Madison, and Wisconsin Academy of Arts, Sciences, and Letters. Simultaneously, Overture Center itself presents a number of public events each year that include touring shows and performers. And Overture also presents a number of other public events and art exhibitions each year employing predominantly local performing artists and visual artists. The arts are not often thought of as an industry, let alone a local industry. But in fact, the arts are intensely local, rooted in every community throughout the United States. In the last year alone, the Overture Center hosted 155 performances by touring artists. In the same period, our stages hosted 283 performances by local artists, nearly twice as many. In addition, Overture Center exhibited the works of 186 local visual artists in our galleries. When someone buys a ticket to a local arts performance, they support those artists and the local community, all of which supports the local economy. And when someone attends a local arts event, chances are they support other local businesses somewhere along the way, whether it is for dinner or drinks, pay for parking or bus fare, people are supporting local jobs. Even the touring performances have a huge local ramifications. The stagehands, the lighting technicians, the ushers, the building maintenance crew, all of those are local jobs. As are the servers, the cooks, the bartenders, the retail workers, and parking attendants, all working to provide for a vibrant business and cultural community. And touring artists stay in local hotels, enjoy the same restaurants and retail shops the rest of us do. Overture and its resident groups take great pride in the support of so many local businesses and their ability to grow and sustain a local economic base in downtown Madison and beyond. We also take great pride in knowing approximately 77% of those businesses, at least within the immediate downtown area surrounding Overture, are in fact locally owned. With this ongoing support of the local economy through the purchasing power of the arts, it only made sense for all of us associated with Overture to join the many other businesses in our community and make a formal commitment to promote buying local. So today I'm pleased to make the formal announcement of a coalition of local arts organizations that comprise the 10 resident arts organizations Overture Center for the Arts, along with Overture Center itself. We have made a commitment to become the newest 11 members of Dane by Local and its 700 plus members who stress the importance of supporting local businesses, which include local arts businesses as well. Now I'd like to introduce Jennifer Uphoff-Gray with Forward Theater Company. And Forward Theater Company, by the way, is the newest member of the Overture family since joining us officially as a resident organization about a year ago. So with that, I'd like to introduce Jennifer, who represents also one of the newest members of Dane by Local. Jennifer.
Thank you all so much for being here today. This is a really exciting new initiative, I think. A tiny bit of background. Forward Theater Company was founded in March of 2009 Madison Repertory Theater had just closed in the middle of their 40th season, and that left a lot of arts lovers in our community grieving and frustrated. And at the same time, across the country, businesses and individual citizens were reacting to really the worst economic crisis in decades. Government leaders, both at the local, state, and national level, were issuing a sort of all-hands-on-deck call to action, looking for creativity and entrepreneurship to help stem the flow of job losses that was occurring. So it was in that context, in March of 2009, that a group of theater professionals from across southern Wisconsin gathered literally around a kitchen table to try to figure out if there was something that we could do to make a contribution. And by the end of that meeting, Forward Theater Company had been born. We have a 3-point mission statement. It's pretty straightforward: to create a home, an artistic home for Wisconsin theater professionals, to contribute to the cultural fabric of our region, and to expand the economic life of the greater Madison area. 4 years in, I can't believe it's only 4 years, we are extremely gratified by the successes that we've had. And it's really important to know that these successes are echoed by all the other resident companies here at Overture Center, often on a much larger scale, as well as by arts groups across the community. So looking back at those 3 points in our mission, the first of being an artistic home base, we employ roughly 100 artists every single season to work on our productions. Almost all of them are Dane County residents. So that's an awful lot of jobs right there. Culturally, we've contributed to the cultural fabric here by introducing Madison audiences to new work, world premieres, regional premieres of exciting and relevant plays. We've collaborated with local playwrights to help them develop new pieces, and so we think we've had a really measurable impact culturally in our short existence. And obviously, fellow resident companies have a very demonstrable record of that. This gathering is to talk more about the economic impact, and we're very proud of how we and other arts creators in our community have contributed to the overall economy here in Dane County. Like I said, we hire locally. As much as humanly possible, we buy locally. And as Ted mentioned, our patrons spend a great deal to contribute to the local economy through parking, through their taxes, by dining and shopping downtown. So there's a wonderful, virtuous cycle that happens there when people come and attend local art events. Since Forward's founding, we've talked about our company's economic impact alongside our cultural aspirations in pretty much every conversation we've had, and it's been thrilling to see how positive the response has been to that conversation. And so it was very exciting for us to try to start taking that conversation to a bigger stage. And the obvious way to do that was to partner with Dane by Local, an organization that was already at the national forefront in the advancement of local shopping, dining, and service providers. So now that Overture Center and all 10 of its resident companies have joined Dane by Local, we're looking forward to encouraging other local arts groups to join this movement. And beyond that, we hope that Dane County can help lead the way nationally by setting an example for other buy local movements to include arts and entertainment providers in their outreach and advocacy. And I can also just tell you that I'm getting feedback from the staffs of the other resident companies about all of the benefits they're already seeing from becoming members of Dane by Local, both as their opportunity to connect with potential new audience members through Dane by Local gatherings and communications, and also from some of the member-to-member discounts that are available between local businesses. So I think it's already turning out to be a fantastic partnership for all of the local arts groups. So, as Ted said, as a group, our 11 companies represent the first arts presence in Dane by Local. The first government organization to join was Dane County 5 months ago. And so please join me in welcoming Dane County Executive Joe Parisi.
Good morning, everyone. Thanks for being here. We are proud in Dane County to be first. Are we the only? But we're the first. And temporarily, I think, the only governmental body that's part of Dane by Local. And I also want to recognize Supervisor Kyle Richmond, who's here today, who's been such a great supporter of local business, local teams, local arts. Does a wonderful job representing. So we appreciate it. You know, the intrinsic and cultural and aesthetic value of the arts is something that needs to be grasped. Sometimes it goes over my head. But I didn't mean to imply, Bob, when I looked at you. But the economic value, as has been touched upon, is certainly there in a nuts and bolts way, and in a bigger way that sometimes it's hard to quantify. And when I'm talking about that, I mean when we're looking at trying to recruit the best and the brightest, either when a company's trying to bring someone and they're, gosh, I want to go to Madison, Wisconsin, or San Francisco, or Minneapolis. When we're trying to convince a startup company to locate here or to expand, to stay here, people don't look for jobs as much anymore as they look for places. We have a very mobile workforce, a very mobile country, and it's a different scene than it was when my parents were go to work at a certain place and you spend your career there. We obviously have some of that still today. It's an important part of our economy. But also when we look at how our economy and our workforce is evolving, we have to be able to sell our community. And we sell our community usually by driving people down John Nolan Drive so they can see the view of downtown, they can see our beautiful lakes, and we sell culture. We sell the arts. And if you bring someone to the Overture Center and show them what we have in concrete terms, and then you show them what we have for offerings, for local arts, for theater, for music, for different types of arts, it's a big deal. It's extremely important to us, for us to be able to sell our community and grow the types of jobs and the type of economy that we want. There's also the nuts and bolts of the arts, which is the study, I believe we talked about it here last year, that the nonprofit arts community generates about $145 million in economic activity. Studies looking at the amount people spend after they go to shows. If it's a show, whatever type of art show you're at or a performance, is $75, $76 million a year of activity. So that's a big deal. That's the nuts and bolts benefit there. Then there's the benefit that I talked about that it's hard to really put the finger on, but it's part of how you sell our community. And I can be more excited that there are more arts groups becoming part of Dane by Local, because as you know, I've been a supporter of Dane by Local and understood its importance for a long time now, and to see the marriage of the two makes so much sense and helps keep the momentum going for local businesses and local arts, and everyone can only benefit from this new development. So I'm so happy to be here today to celebrate this, and also to be able to celebrate the leader of Dane by Local, Colin Murray, who everyone knows has done such a great job in our community, and who was the board president and has recently taken over as executive director. So I'd like to introduce Colin and thank him for the work he's done and what he will do. Thanks.
So on behalf of Dane by Local, we'd like to welcome the Overture Center and the 10 resident centers to our organization. We're very pleased to have you joining us. We really appreciate that. You know, any day that Dane by Local gets 11 new members is a pretty good day for us. To have it be an arts organization just adds to the enjoyment there that we have. To have a highly visible and respected organization like Overture and the resident company is really good for Dane by Local and all of our members. So that's a great addition to us. It adds credibility to the efforts that we're trying to take place and have happen here on a local basis. Overture certainly does have a positive effect on the economy, not only just in Madison, Dane County, and really all of south central Wisconsin. And that's the same footprint that we have with Dane by Local as well, as we're affecting a wide range of area there within south central Wisconsin. We also have a very diverse membership with over 700 members that are now part of our organization. We've seen a very high growth within the organization. This last year it was an 18% increase in membership for Dane by Local. And we have a wide range of different types of businesses: retail, restaurants, financial institutions, business to business, environmental, home and garden type organizations, and now the arts. So it all fits very nicely together with what we're trying to do is an important component of the mix of what we're trying to accomplish. We're trying to help to support a sustainable, vital local economy. And that's what Dane Buy Local is all about. In fact, there was a study that shows that for every $100 that are spent with a local business, $73 remain right here in the community when they're spent with that local business. You compare that to going to spend $100 at a national firm and only $43 remain local. So certainly there is a positive effect in keeping those dollars with our local businesses. Just considering the local options when you're making a buying or purchasing decision. So it doesn't mean you can always do that, but if you can at least consider using one of the local options, it does make an effect on the economy. One of the goals that we have at Dane Buy Local is to keep our membership low for all of our members. And so because of that, we have a large number of what I would call micro businesses. There are 5 employees or less that are part of our organization. In fact, they make up 75% of our membership, these 5 employees or less. We want to encourage that. They've certainly seen benefits in being a member of Dane Buy Local, and we want to help support that. But it does take money to run our organization. We have 5 employees that help support the efforts of the group. And so because of that, we need to find other ways of raising funds. And so with the generosity of Overture, we're able to put forth our first major fundraising effort that'll take place here on May 10th. So we encourage all of you to join us in celebration of Overture joining the organization and also that fundraising event that will take place. Of course, we'll have hors d'oeuvres and drinks. That'll be part of the evening activities. There'll be dance music and there'll be entertainment that we're putting together. There'll also be a silent and live auction as all part of the activities for the evening. So we encourage you to join us and have a good time that evening. You can find out further information about that on our website at danebuylocal.com. With that, I think we'll take any questions that you may have for myself or others.